All right, hey gang, Jason here. It's 2024 here, and I thought I'd talk about the upcoming year and, just some plans, some toy shows, things like that. So, we just finished up 2023. 2023 was awesome. We just had the Richmond, Indiana show, which I just did a video on, which we'll upload on Wednesday. This may upload tomorrow, Tuesday, just because I think a lot of people are kind of still home this weekend, so I thought I'd give them a little extra content just to have some fun and watch some things. So, 2024. Wow, can't believe we're here already. So, what's coming up for us? So, we have the Moscow Mills Farm Toy Show. If you want the particulars on that, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. Look at that, or just give it a search. That's going to be a fun show, small show. I don't know, maybe 50 tables or so. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. But really good group of dealers. You're going to have a pretty decent variety there. Lots of new in the box at that show. We're pretty much the only people that are going to have customs there. The Angottis will have some customs as well as some other miscellaneous things. A lot of new in the box, though. And then you'll have guys like Scott Gustafson that are going to, you never know what they're going to bring. They're going to have probably some cool, rare stuff and some things you just may not see anywhere else. So that'll be really cool. Always look forward to that show. It's a fun time. Great people there at that show. So next up would be St. Louis. We do not set up at St. Louis. We will come to St. Louis, though, or at least that's the plan, to have a good time, hang out, and all that sort of thing. If I have something that you want and you want me to bring it to you at St. Louis, hit me up. We can always do some business that way. I already have things to deliver down there, so no big deal there. To bring a little bit more. So the Farm Toy Builders and Collectors Society has asked me if I would do another roundtable type thing. So I'm going to start kind of putting that in motion here. And tentatively we'll plan to do that Friday evening. And I say tentatively because I work still a full-time job, and I don't get off on Fridays till 4, and they like to do that roundtable thing at 6:30, and that usually means I'm walking into the hotel where the Farm Toy Show is at St. Louis at like 6:15. So it's tricky for me, to do this and set it up and get it all going, and literally have 15 minutes to do that. So we'll see what we can do. Gonna try to pull it off again this year. The first thing I've got to do is I've got to find people who want to sit on the round table. So I'm hoping I've got some people in mind. How about that? So I'm trying to get some different perspectives, trying to get some fresh questions and ideas. We've hit, I want to say the last 2 years, we really hit like 3D printing and things like that really hard. So I really want to try to get other perspectives on this hobby, and I maybe don't want to talk so much about the future of the hobby, but maybe talk a little bit about the past of the hobby, or where the hobby's come from and how it's kind of gotten to where it is today. And so I'm hoping to find some different perspectives on that. We'll see how that goes, and again, that whole thing may fall apart. You never know. Because as you guys know, here at For the Love of Tractors, we fly by the seat of our pants. So that's just how it works. After the St. Louis show, Quincy, Mark Twain show, probably my all-time favorite show. It just is. I'm a little biased because it's the closest show to home for us, and I've been going to that show my entire life. I mean, literally, I think the first time we went was 1991. So I've been at that show 30 plus years. I've never missed one yet. We started setting up, my wife and I, 4 years ago, although we did miss a year with COVID. The entire show was not existent 1 year. 2 years, I'm sorry. 2 years. And anyway, but it came back last year with a vengeance. It was a fantastic show, huge crowd, same awesome group of dealers. They have a really great variety of dealers there. What I really do love about the Mark Twain show is you've got new in the box stuff. You've got guys that really specialize in some of the older, harder to find things, and they will have some of that in the box sometimes. You've got custom guys. You just won't know what you're going to find there. There is like some oddball, rare stuff. And so, Quincy being like, I'm going to call it a medium-sized show. Like, it's not like a Lafayette, St. Louis, national summer show type thing, but it's definitely in that sort of second tier. So you've got dozens and dozens of dealers, which amounts to hundreds of tables. You got room trading, I'm just trying to think, like, literally everything from 64th all the way up to pedal tractors, everything in between. It's an awesome show. So that is in the kind of later February there. I think it starts on the 23rd of February, if I remember correctly, which is my dad's birthday. So if you see my dad and you're out at the show, wish him a happy birthday. He would appreciate that. After that is Lafayette. Lafayette's the big one. So I'm just saying that from now on. Until Lafayette proves me different, proves me wrong, Lafayette's the it show in the farm toy world. I'm not slighting any other shows. All the other shows are awesome. St. Louis National, awesome shows. You've got to go at least once in your life to all those shows. But if you only had one show that you could go to, let's say you can only go to one, I think it's Lafayette. Cameron and Jordan, who put on Lafayette, they know how to run a show. They make it easy for everybody. It's easy to get in. It's easy to get out. It's spacious. It will pull in a huge crowd, but it never feels crowded. And there's kind of an art form to that when you're setting up a farm toy show, because I've been to small farm toy shows where it feels crowded. And, you might only have 100 people in the facility at a time, and it feels like it's wall to wall and you can barely move. Where at Lafayette's, you can have a huge amount of people in that place, and it never feels crowded. And now here's the really cool thing about Lafayette. Everybody's going to be there. Like, it's just the way it is. Most of the big timers in the farm toy world, the Toy Farmer will be there. So if you want to meet Kathy of the Toy Farmer, I mean, she's an absolute legend in this industry. You can talk to her. She's a lot of fun to talk to. She has some awesome stories. She obviously knows the history of this whole hobby. It's a lot of fun. I'll be there. We're always more than happy to talk. You're gonna have. I'm pretty sure Andrew O'Leary's coming, so if you like his mini displays, he'll be there. You've got the display contest, and you're going to have a lot of the big guys, a lot of the guys that are the absolute pros in the farm toy world. They'll be setting up a display at the display contest this year. You're going to have pedal tractor guys. You're going to have custom pedal tractor guys. If you haven't seen custom pedal tractors, that's a sight to behold in itself. We sat across from Mr. Jerry Zahner at Richmond this weekend, and he has like 8RX pedal tractors with the tracks and everything. It's ridiculous. It's the coolest thing ever. You're going to have... I think Nick Baker will be there, so you've got the kind of premier guy that weathers farm toys in the industry. You're gonna have tons of custom stuff. I mean, like Don Trout comes to Lafayette. You'll have all these guys that you see that sell custom toys. Most of them are gonna be there. There'll be parts. There'll be everything else. Like I said, Lafayette has become the premier farm toy show, I think, in the farm toy world. That's just my personal opinion. But if you've never been to a big farm toy show, you're going to walk in that Coliseum and your mind's going to explode. Like, it's impossible your head explodes. It really is. Because there's so many toys, as far as you can see, is farm toys. And then, what's even crazier is, to the left is an entire other Coliseum full of farm toys. It's nuts. I've never seen anything like it. And... the other shows, obviously National it's his own beast. It's incredible. And St. Louis as well. But neither one of those, to me, have the wow, there are a lot of farm toys here factor like Lafayette does. And like I say, if you can't find it at Lafayette, you're not going to find it anywhere, probably. And if you can't find it at Lafayette, the guy that knows where it's at Lafayette. So, anyway, that's kind of the end of our farm toy show season. Is Lafayette. Now, that's silly to say because we pick right back up in June with more farm toy shows. But it's like a nice 2-month break, and by Lafayette, we're pretty exhausted as far as inventory goes, especially on customs. Lafayette is our biggest custom show by far as sales go. I am super happy to announce that for the first time ever, not really ever, one time at Lafayette I had 2 of these, but for the first time ever at Lafayette, I'm actually going to have my New Hollands and my Bueller Versatiles. You guys ask me about them all the time. I'm super slow at building them. I can barely usually build them fast enough to, reach the demand of guys that have one ordered or have been waiting forever for one. But I finally was able to sit down this winter, and I've got a bunch of New Hollands and a bunch of Versatiles ready to go for Lafayette. So there's that. Going to have implements. In fact, why not? Working on several different sizes of these. So this is actually based on a Wilrich, but I've had some people ask me to do some in green, so of course I will. No problem there. And then this just needs wheels and tires. We're going to have some of our centerfold disc as well. So that's things to look forward to at Lafayette. We'll have some of those at the shows coming up. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like those are only coming to Lafayette. But Lafayette, for the first time, I kind of, I don't know, I want to say figured it out. But when I'm building, basically when I build something, I build a second one and set it back for Lafayette. And so if I'm building like, you know, I built 10 of these this year, I set back like 5 of those for Lafayette. So we'll be there. 2024 looks to be really interesting for us. And I'll kind of talk more about that in the not too distant future. I have an opportunity to do, I think, some really cool video stuff. So I'll talk about that in the future. It's going to require upping my game. Probably going to require a little bit of fundraising to get a dedicated video camera, but we can make that happen. So that's another video. There's this whole Facebook membership thing now, or I'm sorry, YouTube membership thing now. Going to kind of explore that, but my promise is I'm not going to like withhold content from the general audience. Like, I don't want to hide anything behind like the membership thing once I finally get that going. And so maybe what the membership thing will do will get you like early access to content, but I don't want anybody to miss out just because you can't become a member. So, but anyway, we'll talk about that in a video real soon. So thanks for watching, guys. 2024 is going to be an incredible year. So have yourselves a great day. Happy tractor hunting.